Hi, I'm back. Oh my goodness, it's been so long since I've recorded a video. It's been a wonderfully busy time in our lives. Lots of things have changed. I used to homeschool and now I don't. So I can talk about that a little bit later. But right now, my kids are in school. I am working at the same school that they go to. And it's been, the change has been awesome for all of us. I've homeschooled my kids for many, many years, and I've stayed at home for 12 years, more than 12 years. I've been a stay-at-home mom, and now I got a job, and it's been a lot of changes, and it's been exciting, busy time, and also exciting time, and the kids get to experience going to school. My oldest is in 9th grade and my youngest is in 1st grade. So she'll get to go to school for the longest than all the other ones did. So it's exciting. She's loving the school and yep. So there we go. That's why I haven't been here recording for so long. And we had a wonderful Christmas, a wonderful New Year's, and it's been fun and exciting. I have been doing a lot of knitting, a lot of spinning, some crocheting, and just enjoying this nice season where it's cold to go and do more things outside. So I've been, you know, when I'm not working, I've been knitting, crocheting on my free time when I do have some, especially in the evenings most of the time after the kids go to bed. So let me get started. I've been doing a lot of spinning. It's been exciting, and I've been really loving spinning when I get some time to spin. But I think knitting was number one for me, and it's always going to be number one, I think. It's easier for me to pick up my needles and just start knitting when I'm sitting down and doing nothing. But with my spinning yarn, I have the first project that I've spun, and actually a finished object that I did with the yarn that I've spun. So I decided to make a Sophie scarf, and I made it a little bit bigger. I just wanted to use up all of my yarn that I spun. This is my first completed spun and knitted yarn, and this was from a yarn that I bought at a Woolen Sheep Festival in Maryland a while ago. It's been a couple of years, and I didn't know what to do with it. So it has silk, bamboo, and I think Corriedale. And I've spun it. This one was spun, well, I started spinning on a spindle, drop spindle, but it was really hard because it was so slippery. It kept slipping and falling, so I had it sitting for a while and I haven't touched it. But then when I got a electric wheel, it's a small electric wheel that spins yarn, I've spun it on that, and it was good. I think it wasn't my first project that I spun it on there because it was slippery, so I had to learn a little bit, but it turned out really nice. It turned out to be about sport to DK weight yarn in some places, and the colors change. So this little scarf I made, I've been wearing it a lot. It's like a blue, it has a bit of pink, different colored blues, and turquoise. So it's a really pretty yarn. It ended up being really bouncy, pretty yarn. It's really stretchy. I haven't blocked it, I haven't washed it, but I've been wearing it a lot without being washed. No, I washed it when I spun it, so that was good enough. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And if I need to wash it, I'll wash it, but I've been wearing it a lot. It's really cute and cozy, and it's not itchy at all. So there. First hand spun yarn that I've used all like to finish a project, because I started before and I haven't finished it yet, but I'm planning on finishing my projects that I've started a while ago. All right, I'm gonna put this over here. Oh, let me talk about what I'm wearing. This is a sweater that I've been working since last year. Yeah, since last year. This is from Santa's Garn book, And also the yarn that I use is Santa's Garn, the yarn that was recommended. This is called the River Gangster. I've knitted the smallest size. I've been wearing it, a lot of it, and I changed some things up because first I knitted the sleeves and I didn't decrease to go like this, so it was like a really long stretchy sleeve, and I didn't like it that way because it was getting in my way. I work at a school now, mainly with preschoolers, and there was a lot of hand washing. It would get in the way, so I decided to change it to do a little 2x1 rib and cinch it in to make the sleeves not be so. I might need to lengthen them a little bit more because I don't know, it's a bit short. So it's a really nice warm sweater. It's made with alpaca from Santa's Garn, the lace alpaca, and also the other yarn that was recommended. I do have a book right there, but I don't want to get it out right now. It's here. Pure Gin. Yes, Pure Gin in the fingering weight. So those two yarns held together. I did make a mistake when I was ordering this yarn. When I ordered it, I ordered 2 different colors. I have no idea why I did that, but I ordered 2 different colors. So one was a green and one was like a turquoise, more of a turquoise, but it blended in really nicely. It washed really well, and it's nice and soft. It's not itchy at all, nowhere. I'm lucky that I can wear alpaca and wools without being itchy. Some of them get a little itchy sometimes, but this one's perfect. And the neck is, I mean, I just love the way that this sweater fits me. I wear it all the time. I finished it, I think 2 weeks ago. I finished it 2 weeks ago, and I've been wearing it a lot. It took me a while to finish, but I did it this year. I decided to finish it, and I did. So I started another one too, but I'll talk about that later. So yeah, so that was an exciting finish of the year. Let me share about another finish project that I've made this year. I decided to make myself some mittens. These were made on my knitting machine, actually, and I've used a Highland wool from a discontinued yarn, so they don't have it anymore. It is fingering weight. Actually, it's lighter fingering weight, but when it blocks out, it's really nice. It's Highland wool. I used 2 different colors, and I did made it on my knitting machine. So I did one by, I didn't do a ribbing, but every, you know, like a flat knitting 2 yarns together, kind of thing. And then I did a thumb. Actually, I did this by hand with the needle, and it's 1x1 color work. So I had to do that one by hand. It's starting to peel a little bit, but it's not too bad because I've been wearing them a lot, and they're really nice and warm. So I didn't follow a pattern, just did my own because I've been knitting on my knitting machine for a while, so I know what to do. Sometimes it works out, and sometimes it doesn't. I've been making a lot of socks too. Let me show you the pair. So I made these socks. This is the second pair that I made with the same exact yarn, and I used different yarn for cuff, toes, heel and toe. I did after dot heel, and this is a beautiful yarn that was sent to me by a viewer who reached out to me, and she sent me lots of gorgeous yarn last year. Oh my goodness, I was so excited. And I actually I made 2 pairs of socks out of the same yarn, and they end up both being pretty nice and long. I used 64 stitches, 2.25 millimeter needles, and I just knitted until I ran out of yarn all the way. I think I have a little tiny bit left of the red color because I reached the same amount length, and I was happy with it. So yeah, these are merino wool Christmas self-striping Christmas yarn. Oh, I love these. I haven't worn them yet, but because I love the way they look and I don't want to wear them yet. I have a couple pairs that I wear all the time, so I'll save them for another day. This is another pair of socks that I made the same way I made those ones. A tube afterthought heel, and I put some stripes in because this is left some stash yarn that I had leftover pieces that I took apart, a shawl that I no longer liked, and I decided to make socks. And I have a little bit more of this yarn so I can make another pair of socks, and I will. I've been in a very in a mood to knit a lot of socks lately, so I got a couple pairs that I've cast on already. Crochet project that I did yesterday. I actually made this yesterday. My daughter bought a little kit from Hobby Lobby, and she wanted to learn to crochet, but it was really difficult to teach her. Maybe in a couple of years. She's 10 years old, but she's having a hard time. She's been doing cross stitching, but crocheting is a little difficult for her. So I decided to make this. It took me about 2.5 to 3 hours to make this, and it looks a little wonky, but on the video, nope, there you go. It turned out really cute. It's a little bear from a kit that I got at here, I'm gonna show you the box. Still have this guy to make. Yeah, it's really quick. It's really quick and easy. It's about 4 inches long, just like it says on the box. Yeah, I think it said it somewhere. I'll put this guy back over here. Yeah, let's put him over here. He can sit there and watch me. Another finished project that I actually haven't gotten much use of it yet, but I finished it a while ago. In December, a triangle shawl, another one, with Pearl Soho linen quill, and I used 4 colors, inspired by Jackie from a on Instagram. I found the pictures on Instagram, I saved them, and I've made this shawl before, so I decided to put the 2 colors in and just do a little shawl like this. And I actually made it smaller than the triangles wrap. I cast on less stitches. I believe it was 170. And I just went with it. I don't think I like the colors very much. I don't think I have anything to wear this with either. So I've just been keeping it on the couch for covering up and cuddling up when it gets a bit chilly. Yeah. I don't know what size it is. I really don't know how big it is. I think I blocked it. I might have washed it already and blocked it, but I'm not sure. But it's really nice and warm when it's chilly and you just want to warm up. Here's another thing I made. Oh, I used 3.25 millimeter needles for that one, for the shawl. And this is a pullover, a vest that I made on my knitting machine. This is 100% alpaca wool that I've had in my stash for a long time from hobby.com. I think they're in Germany. Yeah. I ordered it on a website a long time ago. I think I have 10 50-gram balls, so 500 grams, and I still have a lot left, so I think I'm gonna make a dress out of it for myself, because it's really really nice yarn, and it is flowy, drapey, and nice and warm. And this is really warm. So I knit this pullover on my knitting machine. It's really simple, really easy. This was done just a regular stockinette knit, and then I picked up the stitches and did one by one, ribbing by hand. Sometimes it makes it a little bit easier. Don't remember how many stitches I cast on. I have notes somewhere, but I don't remember. I really don't remember. Yeah, I'm not good at taking notes, and when I do take notes, I take them and I don't write what it is, but I'll just because I'll make it. It'll take me a couple of days to make it, and then I'll just know what I'm referring to and what notes I'm referring to. Okay, so this is I'm not gonna that one, please. This is a sweater I hand knitted. I used 6mm needles for this one, and this was inspired by, I kind of followed the pattern from Santa's Garn. I have their book. I forgot what it's called, but it was a drop shoulder sweater, but I did so many modifications that I don't remember. I just followed the numbers for casting on for the back and the numbers for doing the front. Didn't fully follow the pattern at all, just went with my own measurements and my own sizes. But I've had this yarn in my stash for a long time as well. I bought it a while ago from craftsy.com when they used to sell yarn, and then they discontinued. No, this is yarn superwash heritage yarn. No, 2020 superwash. I can't remember. I'll have to find if I have any wrappers left from the yarn. But it's worsted weight. It's a really nice sweater. I like the color. It turned out the fit is really nice. I like the way it fits, but I might have to lengthen the sleeves as well, because my arms are long, and every time that I think it's enough for the sleeve length, I end up having it too short. Always. That's number one problem that I always have with all of my sweaters, because I get tired of knitting the sleeves because they're so long and they always end up being too short. But it's a really nice sweater, and I wear it often too because it's warm. My drop shoulder pickup, it's not the neatest looking, but it looks like a little seam, so it's not too bad. Love this one. Wear it all the time. It's heavy and it's warm. Here's another one. This is made with linen quill, finger and weight yarn in the black color and the white color. And this was also this was knit on my knitting machine, inspired by Santa's Garn. I have the book. Didn't follow the numbers or anything, just looked at the picture and did the stripes like they did. Just the same kind of look, but didn't follow the pattern at all because I knitted on my knitting machine and I did my own numbers. So it's a bit oversized in the body. I love the way this one fits. The sleeves have like a long 1x1 ribbing, and the body also has a long 1x1 ribbing, and it's a split hem. And I love the sweater. I would wear it all the time, but because it's like one of those sweaters that's like everybody, like I would wear it every day if I could, but I don't want to wear the same sweater over and over again. I love this one. It goes with a lot of pants that I wear and skirts. So I've worn it a lot. It doesn't really peel that much either, but I've worn it, like I haven't even washed it. I don't think I even blocked it after I knitted it because I wanted to wear it right away. So I do need to wash it and block it. This is just a piece of yarn, I think. I don't know what that is. But it's a nice fit. It's a really good fit. I did 1x1 ribbing on top too, and I did a drop shoulder, just a little bit, not like a big dramatic drop shoulder, but slightly, as you could see, just a little bit right there. It's a really good. I love linen quill. I have some of their colors in 100 gram different colors, and I want to make a dress out of some of those colors and put them together and see which one look nice. Their yarn is really drapey and really warm and wears really well, because I have this shawl that I made, and it's really big, and it's used as a blanket most of the time, and the girls use it. I use it all the time when it's chilly and cold, all the time. And I mean, this yarn is super. I love this yarn. I wish I could afford more of it, but here's another one. I had 200 grams, excuse me, a little cold, 200 grams of this one, and I ended up making a slip over, same kind of style, as the sweater because I love the way the sweater fits, but I knew that I wouldn't have enough to make a sweater, but I wanted to make a slip over with the long neck. And oh, I think I've seen this on Instagram as well. This was made on my knitting machine, so I didn't buy a pattern, but I get inspired on Instagram, and then I want to make it, and I do my own measurements, and I just do what I want to do and just go with it how it goes. And if it works out great, then it's fine. If it's a little bit different, that's fine too. So this is Petite Knit, has a similar handmade pattern, hand knitted pattern like this. So that's where the inspiration came from. But didn't purchase the pattern for this one. Just when this is finger and weight yarn. So I'm sure she uses something different. I didn't even look into it. But it's really nice. I finished it yesterday and I wore it yesterday after I finished it just at home to see how it is. Really nice and warm. Comfy, has a crease because it's been folded over. But the back is longer and the front's a bit shorter, and then I put some buttons on here. It's all 1x1 ribbing. I was going to do a tie, but it didn't look very nice tied, so I decided to take that out and just do 1x1. No short, oh my goodness, I'm forgetting my words. The shaping, short row shaping, just regular straight. So it looks really nice and I like it. Linen quill yarn. I forgot what the color of this yarn too. I might have somewhere to look it up and put it on when I'm editing. But here it is. It's a really nice yarn. That's why I used this again. Here's another project with the same yarn. I bought all the yarn myself. Every time it was on sale at 25% off. And because I like it so much, the first time I purchased it, I really liked it, and I like how it wears. It looks really nice after being worn for many times. This looks familiar. It never became a blanket. It was supposed to be a blanket. It ended up just being a scarf. This is a crochet blanket pattern that I purchased a couple years ago, maybe a year ago. I started it, I wanted to make it into a blanket, never turned it into a blanket. It was just sitting, I decided to use it as a scarf so it can start getting used. I might still go back and finish it and make it into a blanket, but for now it's a scarf. Linen quill colors too. I was gonna make a half and half triangles wrap out of these colors, but I decided not to. It's a beautiful pattern. And it's ended up being a nice long scarf too. So I wrap it around, it's nice and warm, and this yarn is not itchy at all. It's not prickly. I can have it next to skin, and it's just perfect. It's really nice. And this is everything that I have this blanket right here that I've been working on for a couple of maybe a year or two. I had these squares that I crocheted, and this is this was little small hanks of yarn that I've purchased on Etsy, like little month clubs that I purchased, and I ended up making a little pretty crochet blanket. It's not very big at all. Let me see. It's been on our couch and it's been used by the girls a lot, but it's small. It's like a baby blanket small. I thought it was going to be a lot bigger, but it's not. But they can cover up in it and use it. But it's all different colors. It's granny squares. And then I attached it all together. Ended up pretty. I wish it was a little bit bigger. I don't think I have any more yarn. This is DK weight. It's pretty heavy. But yeah. Here it is. That was the last that I made. All the things I've made this past year, some of them this year. Finished the socks. And so I've been doing a lot of should we talk about the started projects? Yeah, I can talk about that. Here. With me being really excited and obsessed with knitting socks. I don't think I've had made so many socks in a row and keep wanting to cast them on and have more socks. So I have 3 pairs of socks on the go now. This is the one that I started yesterday. I purchased this yarn last year, no, the year before, the Christmas before last year's Christmas. So it was supposed to be a Christmas yarn, and it does look like Christmas yarn. But when I seen it yesterday, I said, oh, that kind of looks like it also could be Valentine's Day colors. And I wanted to cast it on and make these for Valentine's Day. These are the colors, and I think it's going to be striping effect, and I'm very excited because this is going to be my Valentine's Day socks. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make them long because I've been making my socks extra long. I like them that way. So, because I already made a couple pairs that I've been wearing that I haven't shown on here, but that's okay because I have a lot to share today, and I wear lots of boots. I like them being long, so it'll be a long sock. Hopefully I'll get it done before February 14th, so I can wear them around February. Yep, this is superwash merino wool. I can't remember. It's a sock yarn, so I don't remember what the percentage of, but I don't think it's 75-25. I think it might be 80-20 or something like that, because it's a bit plumper. It's different feeling of this yarn, but can't wait to get these done. These are the recent socks that I cast on. I have a couple other pairs that I've cast on. Let me see. I gotta go over here behind my camera. I got some Christmas socks that I started before Christmas, and I haven't finished yet, but they'll be done for next year. So I'll have 2 Christmas socks for next year. I got the 2 done. These are sport weight yarn, I think, and I cast on less stitches. I can't remember how many I cast on. Thank goodness that I started the second one, because I can't remember how many stitches I cast on because I didn't write notes. But I've had this also in my stash from a couple years ago. Look how pretty this yarn is. The speckles are just really nice. So I used up, I made 1 sock, not as long as the other ones, but I think this will be nice. Just put some stripes in it and make it fun to knit, because when you're knitting with stripes, it makes it really, like, you just want to keep on going. And this yarn was fun to knit, and I could, you know, I think it took me a couple of days to make the socks, maybe 4 to 5 days. I can't even remember for sure, but right away I started the second one, so that way I have them on the go. And I will work on this one throughout the year. I'm not going to leave it until next, before Christmas, but I want to finish them and have them done and just sitting and ready. And I might gift them, I might keep them. I'm just making lots of socks. I'm sure some I'll keep because some of them are so pretty and I'll have a hard time giving them away. And I've gotten some yarn that I want to use up and just make lots of socks and have lots of socks in my stash. That way, if I have something coming up, a friend or somebody, I can always gift socks to. And I've given some of my socks to my friends and my family, my sisters-in-law and my mom. And my mom also brought some socks to this lady that she watches, and she really liked them. So I don't know, I'm just gonna make some socks and have them in my stash. That way, when I give them away, I don't feel that like, oh man, like I gave away a pair of socks and it took so long. But if I have a whole bunch, it'll be easier to give away and not feel like, oh, but I want to keep them for myself. So this will be fun. Here's another pair of socks. I have my kids around here walking around making noise. And here's another pair of socks that I just saw a couple days ago. This is a pattern. Most of the socks are no patterns, just coming from my own what I like to do. So this is a pattern though, but also really modified, because this is Andrea Mowry's pattern. The socks, Curious socks, maybe I think they are called Curious. She works them up from toe up. I don't like knitting toe up socks, which I only tried once, and I made a full sock, never made the second sock. That was before I even learned to make socks. I think I learned to make, that was the first sock that I ever completed. That I started from toe up. I learned off of YouTube. I don't even know where that sock is. It was made from some acrylic yarn. It was practice, but it was fun, and I learned how to make socks. And I only made one. So I think that was the first time that I ever, and the only time that I made toe up socks. I've tried making them, and I would only do a little tiny bit, and then I give up because I don't think I like toe up socks. So I just flipped the pattern, started from the top, and I'm just gonna go and use that pattern, but from the top, from not toe, but from the cuff. And I'm just gonna go, I'm just knit a tube, and then I'll put in the afterthought heel. And so these are pretty yarns. This yarn I bought from Michael's. This I had left over from a couple of years ago. I made socks for my dad, I think. I used two different balls, 2 different colors, so I had a little bit left over. And this, I really liked the colors, and I wanted something fun to knit, so I decided to get one yarn, and it was on sale, so I just got one ball of this. And it's a color changing yarn, and it also kind of looks like the hand spun yarn. It's patterns. I think it's also a sports weight because it's really thick, and I cast on 54 stitches for this sock. I did the smallest size, and when I compare this sock to my other socks that I made, they are the same size. I'm using 2.5 millimeter needles instead of 2.25 millimeter needles. So I'm very excited about this. I like the way that it's knitting up. It's gonna have a little bit of color. The construct. I'm gonna cut that part out. So the colors look really pretty. The dark gray with the beautiful color. Looks really pretty. Oh, this is my waist yarn that I'm going to put in for the heel because I don't know how it's, the putting in the heel, I don't want to, because there's a slip stitch, so I don't want to mess that up. So I want to make it really neat for putting in an afterthought heel. So I have a lot more to talk about. We are at 33 minutes. I have a vest. We have a vest that I'm knitting. And this is a self-drafting pattern inspired by Instagram. I love Instagram. I like getting inspired and then just starting my own pattern, because most of the patterns I purchase are, I make modifications to all of the patterns almost all the time. I don't think I've ever knitted a pattern that was just the way it was written. So I see a picture, I know how to knit those stitches, and I do my own measurements, and I just start. So I've seen a picture of this vest, cables, different cables, different stitches, and it looks so cute. I did 2x2 ribbing, longer on the back, shorter on the front, and they're both split. And then there's also a cable right there. And I am now working up the front panel split for sleeves. This is taking a little bit of time, but I'm not working on it so much. I have other projects that I'm working on. I have so many that I'm working on, and some of them are getting some love and some of them aren't. But this is knit with DK weight yarn from Knit Picks. I bought a pack of 10 undyed sock yarn, but I'm using it for a vest, and I'm hoping, I know it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be nice and warm. All right, let's put this one here. I have a couple more that I want to talk to you about. I started a blanket last year that I hopefully want to get it finished this year. This is made with Knit Picks palette yarn, fingering weight, and I'm using 2.25 millimeter needles, and I am following Pearl Soho's free pattern on their website. And it's I am sort of following, but different numbers for the squares, for the stitches. It's all different size. So I have a lot of it. Some yarn is from the palette, and then also undyed merino wool that I purchased on Etsy. And some are from a store was going out of business, and I ordered some yarn also. Same, it's all same weight. So I decided to use it up and make a blanket for one of my girls. We'll see which one's gonna claim it. But I need to get to working on it and finish it. Girls, please go to your room now. Thank you. And in the same bag, I have another project that has not been touched for a while, but it's okay because this will get done for spring. It'll be my Easter sweater. This is a mohair sweater that I'm making, or top. This is Laura Penrose pattern that I'm doing. I forgot what the name of the pattern. Souffle blouse or top or sweater, I don't know. Souffle, I think it is. I didn't pull up my notes, but I started it last year. I am really close to being done. I just need to pick it up and get it done, sit down. But I'm not in a rush. I think I'm going to finish it in March. I'm going to aim to get it finished in March. And it could be a Easter sweater. It's a pretty color, blue. It's knit with drops mohair. This is one strand of yarn here and then two on the bottom. And it's really close to being done. I have two more left, 2 more bowls of this yarn, or 3 more bowls of this yarn left, maybe 2 more. I know I'll have enough to finish it, but I'm keeping this together in the same bag. I like to recycle everything, so I'm recycling some clothes bags over here, and I keep my projects in it. And I got something stuck on here. This is a silk yarn, I think, or bamboo yarn. I'm not sure. From the yarn that I don't know how it got here. Must have been on top of something. I'll put it right over here. And I want to, you know what? I'm going to save the other ones for later, but the one that I've been working on recently, I'm going to share, and we will be done. This is another one. Sweater, river sweater, that gangster, or I'm not sure what they call it. I am knitting in size large. Wish me luck, because this is gonna be for my husband, and it's not a male pattern. It wasn't, I don't think it is, and I don't think it's unisex, but I decided to try it and see how it goes. I cast on for the large size. So far it's looking great. I'm trying it on as I go on him because he wanted me to make him a sweater like mine. I wanted to make one from Pearl Soho, not Pearl Soho, from Petite Knit, a zipper sweater in DK weight, but he didn't. He wanted this one instead. But this is really nice because of the cables, and then I enjoy knitting the cables, so this didn't take me long to make, but I'm going to keep on working on it and hopefully get it done eventually, maybe before next winter. Probably not before this winter ends, because it's going to be huge. It's going to be big. He's tall, and so it's going to be a lot of knitting. So far, I think I need to do maybe 3 or 4 more inches in the yoke. And so I'm using Pearl Soho Good Wool undyed yarn, and this is sport weight. I think there's 300 and more than 300 yards for 100 grams, which is a really good a lot of yarn for 100 grams. And I'm knitting it with 4mm needles, and it's looking really nice. So far it's knitting up really good. Let me get the book so I can show you what it's going to be looking like. Right here, okay, sorry about that. So this is from this book right here. It is Santa's Garn, book 2302. And here is the sweater. So all of the patterns are, you know, oversized. And I'm hoping that me picking the large, and he does wear large, maybe it'll fit him. And if it doesn't, then we know who's going to keep it. So I want to make this one eventually out of this book. It's a zipper sweater. That's what I was going to make from that yarn in the first place, but then because I had enough to make something like this, I got it on sale, but now I don't have it, so I'll have to wait a couple more years to purchase that yarn to make me a big sweater like this. I really like its dress. Zoe zipper. Yeah, so I'm excited. I have lots of plans. I want to make a lot of things for this year. I already made some things. I'm planning on making lots of socks, maybe a pair of socks a month, I'm hoping. Maybe more, I don't know. I have a lot of spinning to do. I have all this yarn right here. I've spun last year, all of it. Hand spun. I want to use it up and knit it and be able to do something with it. I also spun a really special yarn. I've spun silk and Surrey, and I apply them together, so it's like 50-50 silk and Surrey yarn. And I have 100 and, man, do I have 100? A little bit over 100 grams of this yarn. I don't have a project for it yet, but it's probably going to be a scarf or a shawl. I'm thinking a scarf because it's going to be lovely around my neck. So I have two little hangs here that I need to wind up, and this over here. So 50 silk and 50 Surrey alpaca. And the silk was really hard to spin. I tried with my spindle, but I'm like, yeah, this is not going to work. And the Surrey alpaca was also hard to spin, so I was excited when I got my electric spinning wheel, and I've spun it on that. And now I have this yarn to use, and it's definitely going to have to be a scarf. I might even dye it in different color, or maybe just leave it in this color because it's not white, but it's creamy, because the silk's a little bit lighter than the Surrey alpaca is. I have a lot of fiber that I need to spin. I have I don't even remember what kind of fiber it is, but I started spinning raw wool that I have, and I think I'm gonna make some rugs out of it. This yarn right here, I was traveling to Virginia and I stopped in a yarn shop and I bought some wool, and I spun it up. It was silk and merino wool, but it was different colors. So as you could, yeah, I made a little cake, and I just did self striping, but it's gonna be like long stripes. So I think I want to make a sweater out of this. or a blanket or a shawl. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, because I have this, I have this, and I have this. Probably going to have to be a big shawl, because there's about 300 grams in here, and it's DK weight. Some are thicker. Looks like it could be. Let's see. It's really soft. I think a shawl would be really nice to have, and a big one so everybody can use it. My girls will love to use it as well. I just seen a really thin spun yarn, so yeah. This I'm spun. I'm gonna put this on the floor. I'm not a pro at spinning yet, but I enjoy spinning and it's been fun. This I dyed myself and I've spun it, and I wanted to make it like self-striping, so I achieved that. The colors aren't as nice as when you look on Instagram and they sell their wool there for spinning, and I love the colors, but I think I want to make some gloves out of this. This is merino wool, 100% merino wool. And this is Gotland yarn that I bought at Maryland Wool and Sheep Festival. So I have this blue color, beautiful color. And this is fingering weight, really fluffy, really fluffy. It's like mohair almost. Well, yeah, it is. It's Scotland. This one's really drapey too, because when I had it in Hank, and it's so drapey. It's beautiful. Not sure if it's gonna be. I want to make a sweater out of it, so I have over 300 grams, and it'll be enough for me. And do the so I have 118 grams of this color, same yarn, and then I have 200 and some. So this color right here is mixed with the black color. So this is what it turned out when I spun it. It looks like this. This is the colors, darker. It's like blue and black together, but it's a really pretty color. So I think I want to make that zipper sweater from Petite Knit out of this yarn, and then do stripes on the body and the sleeves with this color. So I think this will knit up really nicely with 4mm needles, because it's so fluffy. It could be knit up as I spun it, and it's more places like fingering, but there's also some that look like DK, but it's beautiful. Yes, I'm excited to this year use my yarn that I spun myself. That's it for now. I know it's a long video. I have a lot more to talk about, but I'm not going to. This is where I'm gonna stop. Thank you so much if you made it through all the way here and watched it. I'm excited for more knitting, more spinning for this year, and spending time with my family. This is going to be a good year. Waiting for some snow for tomorrow. Hopefully it'll snow so we can go sledding. Yep, and I'll see you later. Thank you for watching. Bye.